let's get started on day 2. So day 2 here is where we are at the moment. And I'm going to remind you on day 2 where things are. So if you look here, we have, you've seen what's in this mini offer challenge. You've seen why they work, what tools we need, kind of good stuff. And we're really going to dig into the tools today. So this is a real practical session where I'm going to show you the process of creating all of this stuff. Now we are going to do it in Last CRM, and I am going to use the tool, the three free tools that we've got for you to get into. So if you've not got a Last CRM account, now's the time to register for a free trial, and you can then copy this, or we're going to share this funnel with you basically, and you can copy this into your account. So I'll show you the process for doing that as well. We're going to create a form today. We're going to modify the landing page, connect the form to it. We're going to create the offer page. We're going to make sure everything moves through the funnel really nicely, and set up the thank you page and everything as well. And you'll see how quick and straightforward it is once we get going to create all of this stuff. So I'm going to turn that off for 1 second. I'm going to come back to this page, and we're going to say creating a form. But actually, what we need to do before we do that is we're going to go into my demo account. Now we've got a demo account called Debbie Demo, and the link that we use to share this with you is this link here. So I'm going to share my screen now, and you'll see that I'm using this link here to share it with you. And what's going to happen is once you're signed into an account, into your account in Last CRM, it's going to ask you if you want to make a copy of this product. And don't worry, I'm going to run through all the different steps in the funnel, and then how you need to, what's missing, what you need to configure in order to get this to work. So I'm going to say add website. For you, it will absolutely have the right account set up here. It will be your account, and you can just copy it, and you can put your own name in it. So I'm going to put this like super mini offer, right? That's going to be mine. So I'm going to press clone website here. Okay, so here we go. Can you let me know, guys, if you're watching this, if you can see the quality of the video is okay, if you can see what I'm doing, let me know. I'm going to say ignore this, and you can see what's happening here in my account. It is now copying that funnel. Okay, it takes about a minute to do this, so it's not a long process, but it takes about a minute. And eventually, once it's done, you'll see that the little whirly thing is stopped going, and it's also got 3 pages in it. So if I click inside here, oh, it's still going, that's why. We're on 1 page at the moment. It's copying it over. Usually takes no more than a minute. I can see. Yes, all good, good quality. Good. Thanks so much. Hey, if you're watching this now, let me know where you're watching from. Are you watching on the Facebook page, on the YouTube channel? Let me know. And of course, as you've not clicked the chat.restream.io Facebook, I can't see your names here. It just says Facebook user. But do let me know who it is that's watching, and I can talk to you directly. And if you're watching the replay, just put hashtag replay in the comments. Always lets me know that you've got this far. And again, apologies for the silence on the startup. I don't know what happened there. Josie, great. You can see Josie's in. All right, I'm going to hit refresh one more time. Honestly, does not normally take more than a minute for this to happen. If it takes any longer, we're going to jump into one of my other demo accounts. Okay, so let's do that then. Okay, so what will happen is once you've got the website, it will come up with these 3 pages, right? It will be these 3 pages. And I'm just going to show you what these 3 pages look like. You will have seen them anyway, because you've come into the challenge. Have I got them open? Yeah, here they are, all open. So the first one is the landing page. So the landing page looks like this. It's got, for me, it's got a bar at the top which tells you about the challenge, when it's starting, that it's free. It's got a little video here and a little title of what the challenge is. You can add what you want to this landing page. It can be very detailed. It can have all the details of the challenge, all that kind of good stuff. Or it can be very sparse in the way that I've done it. I use the social posts when we're advertising this to put the detail, and then I just have it here with a video of what's going on, and then a way for them to put their information in here. You can choose full name, or you can choose to have first name, last name. And then I always recommend adding the phone number. Phone number is one of those things that feels like it could be a difficult thing for people to give you. But in our experience, we've had no problem getting phone numbers from people. And the great thing about phone numbers is that you can market them via SMS afterwards. What you guys should have got is an SMS to say that we're going live about the challenge. Whether we sent that or not, whether we've got that automation set up properly or not, is a different situation. I'll speak to her about that afterwards. But you should have got a message to say we're going live, and that's because we collected phone numbers on the way in. We also had a little frequently asked questions here, just so you can see what else is going on. And then there's a link there to the instant access £9 lifetime offer, which shouldn't be there on this page because the offer is in the next page. Don't know why it's there. Obviously, we screwed up when we added that on there. Then we've got the offer page. So the offer page is here. So once they've filled in their details and they said, yes, I'm in for the challenge, we then make the offer. So that's this page here. We've got the video again with the details of what's in the offer. And then this is where the offer is and the details to purchase that offer, right? The pop-up that's in there. And I'm going to go through the process of creating this today as well. Once you copy it, it will be your page, the funnel page that you've got here. The offer page will be exactly the same as the one that I'm showing here. So you can modify it with your own colors. You can change the text, all that kind of good stuff. And then finally, once they get two options, so they can either click on buy or they can say, I'm not interested. I'm happy to wait. Take me to the next steps. And when they press that button, it takes them to the thank you page, which is this one. Then the thank you page, everybody should have joined the Facebook group from this thank you page. Just a bit about checking your spam. Actually, we get delivered in the inbox quite often now. And then some stuff about following us on the socials. Again, the reason I like this is a standard thank you page. You can use this over and over again. Just give them as much information as they need for them to be able to continue after they've purchased, or maybe they've not purchased and then you just want to get them into the next step. Okay, we're going to go back to Debbie Demo now, and hopefully Debbie Demo has finished copying this page. Never seen it take so long, but with the tech headache I had this morning, it may just be one of those things as well today. We'll see. Yeah, there we go. So we've got super mini offer, 3 pages. Now, the difference between what I've just shown you and what you will see on yours is that we will be missing some stuff. So if I go to the first one, the first thing I'm missing is the form. So we need to create a form. That's what we're going to do straight away. We're going to create a form. We're going to connect it to this page. The next thing I'm missing, once this loads, the next thing I'm missing is a product to sell. Now I'm going to demo this, but I'm going to have to demo it with our live offer page because my Debbie demo isn't connected to Stripe. It is a requirement to connect it to Stripe. What is going on with my demo today? Let's try that again. Come on, page number 2. All right, we'll give that a minute to just think about it as well because it's really, there we go. So the other thing that's missing here is it says no products available. So we need to add a product in it. So I can't do that on Debbie Demo because it's not connected to Stripe. It needs to be connected to Stripe in order for you to add products. But I'm going to show you in our live account, the Last CRM live account, so you can understand what steps you need to take to get this done. And the one thing I want to say before we start editing this funnel is this will take you about an hour. Give or take your content. The content is the bit that's going to take you a bit more time to create. If you wait until tomorrow, or if you add some sort of prompts in the content right now, and then tomorrow when we use AI, we can see how to generate that content much quicker. But don't get hung up on it. I'm a big believer in MVP. MVP is minimal viable products. The first time I heard about that was in the Lean Startup book by Eric Ries. Minimal viable products is about creating something, getting it out there and selling it, right? And for the most part, it's selling it before it's even ready. I know this is very uncomfortable for a lot of people. They want to create the product, make it perfect, and then sell it. I'm the opposite. We'll get it out there. We'll see if there's interest before we even create it. And we may even sell it before we create it. And then we'll create it. And then once you've got it after the first time you've done that and generated the interest, you then have the product to sell over and over again. That's what this mini offer challenge that we're doing now is about. Because once we've done this once and we've got rid of the tech headaches, we can then sell this over and over again. We can run this challenge over and over again. Okay, so let's take a look then at step number 1. So if I go back to the slide deck, we're all about creating the form. So we need to edit that opt-in page first to create the form. So I'm going to bring it back on here, make sure I'm in the right place. Yes. And when to get to this location, once you copy the forms over, you go to sites and then websites. Oh my God, what is going on with my internet today? Okay, let's go to Super Mini Offer or whatever you've called it. And then we're going to go opt-in page. We're going to edit that in a new tab. And this is going to open the super easy editor. I think actually this is the old editor. There is a newer editor as well that's available in beta mode. We will show you how to do that. Once you're a customer, we can get you to enable that as well. But even the old editor is pretty good. It's very straightforward in how to do all of this. Just a quick run through of how to add sections, for example. So if I go to the green bit here, I can press plus, full width, add a row. I want to say how many columns I've got. So 1 column. And then I want to add an element, and it might be any of these elements that we've got available, timers, images, videos, all that kind of stuff, right? So it's just click, click, dead easy, straightforward. And hey, and I'm going to go fast through this, but you've got this replay to watch, and you can slow it down. You can pause it as I'm going through. Don't worry about too much about how the speed at which I'm going here. Just take your time and do each bit at a time. So we're focused on the form. It says we do not have any forms right now. So we need to be able to create a form and add it to this so they can fill in their contact details. So let's go and do that. I'm going to go back to our dashboard and I'm going to click on forms at the top here. So you can see it says forms and then builder. I'm going to click on builder. And I've already created one. So I created one earlier. I'll delete that one and we'll create it again, shall we? And then I can show you step by step how this works. I'm going to press ignore on this. Need to turn this off. Add a form, start from scratch. That's what we're going to do. And again, there's a nice new form builder. I've not enabled it on this account, but I'll show you that later on as well. And look how easy this is. So we're going to go first name, last name, phone number, email, and then button. And don't forget, I once created a form with no email address. So I created everything else and forgot to get their email address. Make sure you add all of these as a minimum. You could do full name like I did in the previous one, but I like to give the software a chance to make sure it knows. You know, some people have double-barreled names and stuff, and sometimes the software gets confused. So by doing it this way, it's dead straightforward. It's easy for the software to understand. Button, I'm going to say join challenge as my name. I could do other things as well. So I could change the colors and all that kind of stuff, the fonts. But really, ultimately, other than clicking options and changing the name, so super mini challenge, other than changing the name, that's it. My form is done. I can press save form now, and it will be available on that page for me. How quick was that? Super simple. Drag the fields, change the options, and then we're done. There is an option here to specify what happens once you've submitted the form. So there's 2 options here. One is message. So you can put a message in there, and one is open URL. We can change this on the page. So we're going to do that anyway later on. So we don't need to do that here. But if you wanted to make sure that it had a default in there, you could put that in at this point. But we're going to do that anyway. Let's go back to our page then. So now we've got a form created. I'm going to refresh this page. And let me just hit save first. I'm going to refresh this page. Hard refresh is Command Shift and R on a Mac, and it's Control F5 on a Windows machine. And what that will mean is when I click on this, you don't have any forms yet. It's going to show me the forms in the bottom left-hand side, and I'll be able to see my super mini challenge form. There it is. And you can see it says join challenge. So I know it's the right form because that's the options that I put in there. It also says, what's my redirect action? So once someone hits that button, what happens? And this is where I could have used the default in the form builder, or I can say go to website URL. So I need a URL here. And the URL is going to be the offer. So I'm just going to go back here and grab that URL, copy it, and then I'm going to paste it in there. So I've got the next page. If I had a domain name associated with this website, it would be the full domain name. So my domain name, it actually looks something like miniofferchallenge.com/offer. We're not talking about domain names here, and I'm not going to cover it in this in this session, but just know it's dead easy to set up a domain name, right? We will help you with this stuff. Once you're a client of ours, we'll help you with this. And we've got some videos on how to do it. All of this stuff I'm showing you now, we've got videos and training how to do this stuff. So you won't have any problem with all of these steps that I'm talking about. We have got a timer on here, so if I wanted to change the timer, I could do all of that stuff, but I'm just going to leave it as it is for now, so I can demonstrate to you that we've done everything we needed to do in this page for this to now work. So here's the original page that I copied. Again, I'm going to do a Command Shift and R for a refresh. There's my form now, and if I fill that in and hit Join Challenge, it's going to take me over to the offer page. All right, I'm going to also just go and show you in my contacts now that I'm now in the contacts. There I am. Okay, so it shows you that I've just filled in that form. There's some activity here to say Matt's filled in the form, contacts being created, and I've visited the offer page. Okay. There's no additional steps here. These are all demo accounts, by the way. For any GDPR lovers, these are all demo accounts. There's no additional steps here. I didn't need to create an automation in order for that contact to be created in my system. It's just added because I use the form and because I use those steps, it's dead straightforward and it's added already. So now the next step then is I've got this page and I need to be able to give people the chance to buy it. So if I click on this now, they've got no products available and I need to show them how to buy it. So let's just jump back to my slide deck for a second and move on to, hello. So we've created the landing page. We already copied that over, so that's good. So we can say tick for that. We're on the offer page now, and we actually need to create the product. Digital product. So we need to create the digital product. That's the next step. So we're going to do that right now. So I'm going to have to come out of Debbie Demo just to show you my live site, and I have got the tabs open here. Just gonna. Did you know you could do these tab groups in Chrome? If you want to know how to do these tab groups, so you can hide everything, is you right click any tab and you do add tab to group and you can create groups here. It's super good if you have a million tabs open like I do. This is not my main browser window. This is just a general one. Just thought I'd show you that little tip. So we're going to go to products then. I'm going to have to navigate to it because I can't find it in this. Oh, here it is. So we're going to go to products and create a product. Now you have to have Stripe connected. How you get Stripe connected is if you go to the dashboard. Sorry, the launch pad. There's an option here to connect Stripe. You can see it says for me, congratulations, Stripe is already connected. That's because I've done this already. So that's why I can't do it on Debbie Demo, as I mentioned. I've already connected it. So go to Launchpad, go to Stripe, and it'll connect. You'll be able to connect that and make this available. And then what you're going to do is go to Payments on the left-hand side and go to Products. And you're going to choose to create a new product. Do I want to show you that process? Yeah, let's go through this just general step. I was showing you the product that I created, but I'll create another one now. And you can see. So I give the product a name. I give it a description. I want to, for me, it's a digital goods. So I'm going to say digital goods there. I might have an image associated with it. The image is used in various places. So it's good to do that. And also you see it in Stripe when you add a graphic. And then I want to specify what type of product it is. Is it a one-time, like my £9 offer, or is it something like a membership? So it might be a £47 membership and they could do it monthly. They can do it yearly. You could set up like a free trial. So you can say a setup fee, a trial, number of payments, all that kind of stuff. And if you've created a membership inside of Last CRM, then you can specify that it's associated with a membership offer as well. Okay, so these are all, I don't want to go into any more detail than that just to show you this. I'm going to make it really simple. One-time offer. Mine's £9. And then I'm going to press create. And this creates the actual product inside of Stripe, right? You then get to see the product inside of Stripe. It's connected, nothing crazy there. This screen is very similar to the Stripe screen. It might even be the same as the Stripe screen if you was to do it directly in Stripe. Then what we're going to do then is go to our offer page and we need to connect that product to our offer page. And the way you do that is you click on the dots on the right hand side and you say products. And when you click that, you can then add any product that you've created in here. So I can, if I go back, if I can say, oh, sugar, let me try that again. Products. Right, so here's a product. You can see I've already added the lifetime one, but I press add product. I search the product in here. So let's say it was the calculator. There will be a price associated with it. Yes, you can have multiple prices in there as well. And then you could press save. And then the product is available. Now, if I go back to products, you'll see the calculator early bird offer is there. I'm just going to delete that out there as I don't want it in there. But you saw how straightforward that process was. Now what happens is when I go to the mini offer challenge and I go to edit the offer page. So I'm going to do edit in a new window again. I then get to choose the product. So one thing that I didn't mention early on is that when people clicked this little button here, what the action when they click the button is to open a pop-up. So it says open pop-up at the bottom. Pop-up is an extra option here in the builder. So you can see pop-up settings here. If I click on that, you'll see this gives me the order form. And the order form now has those products associated with it. So they get to choose the product in here. Then I get to say, once they've purchased that product, what happens? And it says go to the thank you page. So that's how that's built. A lot of this is connected and created in this template. So if you're sitting there thinking, oh, wow, there's so much here, a lot of it is already connected for you. The kind of thing that you need to do and you need to configure is the colors, right? I don't want to do it in this particular one because it's my live site. But if I was in the copy of it in the Debbie demo account, I could change the colors to my own. So when I did this for my boot camp, I showed you the boot camp yesterday. If I jump through to my King of Video account, if I jump over to my King of Video account, you'll see that I had the same funnel, the same pages. Look, I've done the same thing. I've copied it over. And then when I did edit for this, I then just changed those colors. Okay, I did a bit more on the page. Like I've added a bit more in here. But for the most part, I just changed the colors. And I think I did the same with the pop-up. Yeah, the pop-up's here. So you can see the order form is now red. Okay, changed a bit of text in here, a few things like that. So really straightforward. It applies over and over again. You can just copy this. And this is the amazing thing. Once I've got this now and I've created my mini offer, if I wanted to create another website with a different offer, I could just clone the website in its entirety. Okay, and then just start modifying it again. So rapid creation of these funnels is what we have inside Last CRM. Let's just come back then to our main site. So we've got our Debbie demo. The bit that we're missing now is just the connection to the thank you page. Thank you page, just like we've been editing on the previous ones, is really straightforward to edit. If I go to the websites tab, hold on, am I in the right account? Yes, I am. Go to the website tab, go to Super Mini Offer, edit in new tab. And the thing that you want to change really in here, obviously, other than the colors, is the socials. So I've got some socials down here to change as well. So I've got down to the socials. There's my website for Facebook. I've got one for Instagram, TikTok, etc. Change the colors. And then what do they do? What instructions are you going to give them when they've purchased your mini offer? Or if they've not purchased. So you can decide, do you send them to this page when they've finished, or do you send them to a different one as well? Really just depends on your offer and what you're trying to create. For me, whether they purchase or whether they don't purchase, the thank you page is the same. This is probably the most simple funnel you'll ever have. Can't see the product option. Slide is in the way. Oh, okay. Let's see that. Well, I don't know which part of that is. Let's come back to that at the Q&A at the end. I can always demo it again. So let's go through my slides. And I think we've got to the end of this demo. And we're what? How far are we in? To almost half an hour. So in half an hour, we've been able to create a funnel, all the pages, create the form, test the form, and create an offer. I think that's fair to say. Now, we've done that in this demo step by step, but let me tell you that in practice when you do it, because I want to be real with oh, seems like my stream is having connection issues. Why would it not have connection issues? I've had connection issues and tech issues for the whole of this today's challenge. So hopefully I'm back in the room and you can see me again. I want to be real with you with this whole setup, right? In practice, although I've showed you those and I did them really quickly and we went through all of that process very quickly, in practice, it takes a couple of hours really. Can see, but the quality has gone really bad. On the replay, the quality should catch up. And I think it's probably Emma that's letting me know that. In reality, it takes a couple of hours to do all of this stuff. When I did the bootcamp funnel that I showed you yesterday, I probably spent an hour and a half, 2 hours, and I've still had some tweaks to do. I've still got a little bit left to tweak that, but probably another hour's worth of work, and then away I go. And once you've set up all your fonts and colors and in your own version of the funnel, you just repeat it. You repeat it, no problem at all. If you're having problems with the sync of the stream, just refresh the page and it will probably just jump it back into sync. So here's where we are now with the mini offer challenge. And we're on day 2, or module 2 as it's described here. We've created a form. You've made a copy of the whole funnel. So that's the landing page, the offer page, the thank you page. And we've put all of that together, all in this 30-minute video. So by the time we get to tomorrow, we should have thought of our offer. We should have made a copy of that funnel. We should have created the form, landing page, the offer page, and we'll now be ready to deliver whatever it is in that offer. If it's a service, we're not going to deliver that tomorrow. If it's a product, a freebie, a guide, a course, membership, something like that, we can set some automation to do this stuff. And tomorrow, when we talk about automation, we'll be talking about the initial automation of them registering for the thing. So we're going to send them a text message and say, thanks so much for registering, or showing your interest, or joining the waitlist, or whatever. We're going to send them an email. And then when they make the offer, we're then going to say, once they've purchased this thing, give them access to something else. And we'll just show you that really quickly in the automation. Automation sounds like something that's difficult and probably a next level thing, but actually, given module 2 and what we've covered today, it should seem fairly straightforward. The AI content creation is the bit where we can just speed up some of this stuff. We'll drop in maybe a couple of ideas and we'll ask the AI to make it a little bit better. I'll show you how we create Facebook posts off the back of this. I'll show you how we create Twitter posts. We can dig into in fact, I'll show you how we set up the whole business, the function of our business. So ChatGPT understands our business better than it does when we first start. How you can shortcut some of that stuff, because we do that for our own business as well. All right, and that's it. Thanks so much for coming to day 2. So sorry about the tech issues today. It is what it is. Thankfully, we're recording this as a professional course, step by step. If you've bought the £9 offer, you're going to get access to that once we finish this. Each of these steps that I've shown you will be cut down into 5-minute videos. So just 5 minutes or less. It will show you how to create the form in 5 minutes, how to modify the landing page, how to create a page, all that kind of stuff in these small 5-minute videos. And we've already got some of that stuff available in our onboarding course as well. All right, I'll open the doors to Q&A if anybody's got any questions. Now, Emma, you mentioned something covering the screen when we were creating the product. So let's just go to the product now and see if it was something I was missing there, and I'll demo it again. I assume it was Emma. In the meantime, if you've got any questions, send them over and I shall answer them as best as possible. So here we are. Here's the product creation. So I'm just going to check out what was over the top of it. So this is where we're creating the product. Additional options that we've got here, you can see. I can see it all on my screen, so I don't know what was missing. It's not letting me know now. If I go back here, I can also see example offers that I've got, products here. Oh, I know what it was. It was when we were modifying the page, right? Because it would have been in the bottom right. So if I click on here in the bottom right, yes. So can I move myself on this? I'm just going to turn my camera off for a second. I think that means you lose my audio though. What about if we do this? There we go. So what we're talking about here is the offer. So when you click on the button, you've got button options that open pop-up. If we open the pop-up settings and we take a look at the pop-up settings, we can see the options to what page you're going to go to next. That's the bit that would have been covered up. So it says go to page, thank you page, or you can do other things, go to a different website URL, etc., etc. So hopefully that lets you see that bit that you couldn't see before. Yeah, perfect. When editing the pop-up. All right. So thank you so much for watching today and sticking with us for this session. If you've got this far, don't forget to say giraffe in the comments. It helps me know that you've watched. Question from Josie, fonts and colors, can they be set up once or do I have to do it for each funnel? So right now, great question, Josie, actually, because right now you have to set them up in each page. So you set up the colors and you can use your custom colors and everything. And once you set them up for the whole funnel, you can then duplicate that funnel and it'll keep your colors. But what I spotted in the roadmap, I was looking at the feature set for Last CRM yesterday, and I was looking at the roadmap. And in the roadmap, we've got the option to have global colors. So that's probably what you're talking about, because Josie, knowing you're a tech wizard and you use WordPress, in stuff like Elementor, you can set global colors and then you can use them across the web pages that you use. So I know that's coming. I don't have an ETA on that just yet. But right now, what I'm doing with all of my website stuff is I'm duplicating everything. So once I've created it once, I duplicate it and I know then the colors are available for me. But global colors are definitely coming. Yeah, and I think that's it. Day 3 tomorrow. Really excited about ChatGPT Day. We're talking about AI. Hey, I'm new to AI. I'm fairly new to AI. I don't know if you can say you're really experienced with AI, like what defines being an experienced AI user. But I'm just going to show you the stuff we've learned, because for me, every time I watch an AI session, I'm like, oh, that's a genius move. I love that little bit, or I love that little bit. I'm hoping to give you some of that wisdom tomorrow. And if you learn nothing from the AI session, then at least it means you're a genius of AI and you're good to go. All right. Thanks so much. Really appreciate your time and attention. I will see you tomorrow for day 3, and we will wrap this up and get you a product that you can sell by the end of the week. All right. Take care. Bye-bye.